श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यम राम नाम वरानने।
Namaskar, Sadhak Mandali. I am Pranav PK and I have Maruti Kalasut with me. We are discussing the stories which are leading to the birth of Lord Rama. In the last episode, we discussed the story of King Raghu, and in today's episode, we will discuss story of King Aja, the grandfather of Lord Rama.
Uh, exactly. So we have been discussing from Ikshwaku until Raghu Raja. So Rama was the 64th generation in the Surya Vamsha. So there were 63 people before him who ruled the Kosala kingdom. Among them, we are only picking up a few which have led to the birth of Lord Rama. So we have discussed Ikshwaku, Dilip Raja, Raghu Raja, and now we are discussing Aja Raja. Aja Raja, of course, he was king known for his justice and his generosity. So what happened is, as we know, Ravana was already ruling Lanka at that point of time, and he was very powerful. He had brought all the gods from the heaven, most of the gods from the heaven, and appointed them to do multiple things in his household. Like Lord Brahma was the pujari. He was worshipping the gods in his house. Uh, Lord Vayu, who is responsible for the wind god. So he was supposed to clean the garden, the front yard, the courtyard, and everything. Uh, like that, he had also appointed. There is a goddess by the name Satavi, who is considered as the goddess who writes our fortune. We say what is written on my forehead, what fortune, etc. Right? So she writes the destiny. She is the goddess of destiny. She is called Satvi. Her work, she was employed to massage his legs. So whenever he slept, she used to press his legs. So one day she was pressing his legs, and between she went somewhere, and that is the moment when Ravana woke up from the sleep. And he said he saw that she's not there. Now, as a boss, if your employee is missing on the job, you are definitely curious as to where that employee is gone. Why is that employee missing the job? So he was thinking where she might have gone. Until then, she came back. She said, "Why were you missing from the place that you are appointed to do the work?" She said, yes, I'm employed by you because now you are the all powerful, but you have forgotten what my work, actual work given by the creator is. I'm supposed to write the fortune. I'm supposed to give the destiny to the newborn. And that is why I'm just returning from a maternity home. He says, oh, okay, so you know the fortune of everybody. Then tell my fortune also. Said, ah, yes, I know your fortune as well, but the fortune holds good and bad things both. So one must not try and understand it beforehand because it might not always give you happiness. Still, he kept asking her to reveal his fortune. He kept pestering her. He kept urging her to tell. So what she finally did was uh, she took the vermilion powder, kumkum, whatever we call. She mixed it with water and made the red color paste. She applied it on her palm, kept it on his forehead, and took it away and showed him. Now read whatever is written on this. This is your fortune. Uh, so she did that, and he read. It was written that the king Aja's grandson, who will be born as Rama, he will be your destroyer. He will be he will become the person who will destruct your entire family, destroy your entire family. He'll be the reason of your destruction. So he thought, okay, King Aja is now ruling. Rama is still not born also. Now if I wage a war against Aja, King Aja, and kill him, there is no way Rama will be born. So there is so I'm safe. I'll become immortal. So what he told his prime minister immediately, and he went with a vast army. Ravana was very powerful at that point of time. He went with a vast army to wage a war against Aja. And Aja came with his army, which was several times bigger than Ravana's army at that point of time. It was Surya Vamsha. So Ravana's uh, empire or his family had just begun. He was Paulus's son, Keksi, who was from the demon family, who was actually an us from the Asura family, had married Paulusty, and due to that union, Ravana was born. So they didn't have, though he was all powerful because he had got the boons from Brahma, but his army was still limited. And looking at the very vast army of King Aja, this Ravana lost all his courage, and he thought if the armies fight, definitely Aja will win. So he comes forward and he said, Aja, King Aja, I know this is a war between us, but let's not let's prevent the bloodshed from happening. Let's not our armies die fighting each other. Let's have a duel. So let the fight be between you and me. Aja was a very pure and a very sanctified, a very God believing person. He got to know what is there in his heart. He said, okay, I'm okay for the duel, but there should be somebody who will judge the duel and who will tell us who won. So let's go to heaven, and there the gods and Brahaspati and everybody is there. They'll tell us who will win. So let them be our judges of the duel. So let's all go. Ravana said, I cannot enter. The heaven just like that. He said, no problem, you are with me. You'll be allowed entry into the heaven. So both go to the heaven at that point of time. Brihaspati welcomes them. Indra also welcomes them and asks, why have you guys come? Ravana, Aja says, Ravana, Brihaspati ji, Ravana will tell why he has come. So Ravana says, this is what I have understood from Goddess Satvi, and therefore I want to take care of my death now itself. Brihaspati said, this is a very, very valid thought that you have, Ravana. It is written in the Shastras that if you have got to know that a certain person or certain object is going to be a cause of death for you, you are allowed to take care or destroy that object well in advance so that you are saved from the fear of death. But instead of fighting, I'll tell you a very easy way to get rid of your death. You see that golden door which is there? Open that door. There was a door in front of the hall that they were sitting. Just go and open that door. And if you open that door itself, you will be the Rama will never be born. Your death will be taken care of. You don't have to worry about your death after that. Aja will die, and therefore Rama won't be born, and you won't die. So he goes and he kicks on that door, and a very strong, shrill shout comes out of that. A cry comes out of that sound, and Ravana is shocked by that sound, and uh, uh, he comes back, and he doesn't he's not able to open the door. He kind of falls unconscious at that point of time. That sound is so sharp and so shrill that he falls unconscious. After some point, uh, he wakes up, and after some time, Ravana is awakened, and everybody asks, "What happened? Why did you fall unconscious?" I heard a very shrill, loud sound. That is what made me unconscious. And he feels very weak at this point of time. He's lost his courage and everything. He says, "Let Ajay, let's give up the duel and let's go." But Brahaspati says, "Are you not curious whose sound it was? Why? At least go and ask who shouted at that point of time." So Ravana goes to that door and asks, "Who is there inside?" And that point of time, hears a sound. He says, "I am Bhasmasura. I had tried to kidnap, or I had laid eyes on Lord Shiva's wife, that is Parvati, at one point. Therefore, as a punishment, I am brought here and kept. I am imprisoned here, and there are two strong pointed iron rods or iron pins that are placed on my eyes, and those are attached to that door. Some time ago, a very cruel person came and hit on that door. Those pointed iron pins entered my eyes, and that is why I cried out so loudly. Ravana is astonished. Oh my God, you went through so much of pain. So when will you be released? The gods have told me that in future there is a person called Ravana who will lay his eyes on Sita, who is the wife of Rama, and that point of time Ravana will be brought here and kept in this place, and with the iron rods pointing at his eyes, and that is when I will be released. Listening to this, Ravana is now completely collapsed. He has no power or to neither argue nor fight the duel, nothing. He just gives up everything. He comes back to Aja. Let's not fight anymore. Let's go at once back. He's all shivering and he's saying, let's at once go back to Earth. And along with Aja, they both return home, and Ravana goes back to Lanka. Aja Raja, King Aja returns to Kosala, and therefore Ravana's that attempt of preventing the incarnation of God, Lord Rama, is has failed. And of course, who can prevent the incarnation of Lord Rama? No, there is nobody. And that is what we are seeing even today. For 500 years, people tried to prevent the formation of the temple and Ram Lalla's establishment. But it is finally happening. It has that something that is destined to happen, and something like an incarnation or holy event, God himself coming to his children, can never be prevented by uh, uh, any kind of power, at least on this planet or universe. The ultimate power, when it decides to come, it will come. That is what we are leading to the story, and we will see how that power incarnated and took the form of Rama in the upcoming episodes. Until then, Jai Shri Ram. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.